Hey guys, I'm going to teach you some color guard techniques that you can practice at home. We are planning on distributing equipment as soon as we can, even though we probably won't be able to practice together until a later date. If you'd like to get a jump start on that before we have an opportunity to pass out flags, I recommend that you use a kitchen broom. I'm going to show you how to get your broom ready and go over a few things that you need to remember if you are going to use a broom. So the first thing you want to do to get your broom ready is to go ahead and take the brush off of it. This is going to just make it a little less awkward for you to spin around and make it a little bit more balanced because that brush is heavy. The next thing I want you to do is I want you to put a little piece of tape or a hair tie right in the center. Make sure it's as even as possible, even if it's not exact. You want it about in the middle. This is where we're going to do most of our spinning from. You can definitely do drop spins and back scratchers and thumb flips with a broomstick. Some of our other techniques like cones, tosses, neck rolls, and stuff like that are going to be more challenging, and I would recommend that you wait until you have your flag pulled to try those ones, but definitely you can do drop spins, thumb flips, and back scratchers with a broomstick. There's a few things to remember when you're using your broomstick, and it's the reason why not everything is going to be possible with it, is that it's much shorter than your flag. Your flagpole is going to be 6 feet tall, and I'm kind of bending over in here because I don't have a great position to put my camera. And the broomstick is maybe only 3 feet tall. Okay, so we are going to be spinning flags, so I'm going to be doing most of our videos with a flag. And hopefully you'll get a flag picked up soon. If you haven't told Mr. Gardner you're going to need one, go ahead and send him an email and let him know that you plan on joining Guard so that we can have one ready for you and so that we know to sign one out to you when the time comes. For the purposes of these videos, I wanted to make it easier for you to tell the difference between my left and my right hand, because it's going to make a huge difference which hand you do things with. Make sure you're always using the right hand and always using the right hand placement. So I put a black rifle glove on my left hand just so that you can tell the difference between my two hands. So my left one has the glove and my right one does not. Let's talk about the parts of our flag, and I've gone ahead and made mine really bright yellow so that they're a lot easier for you to see in these videos. We have our top marshmallow, which is just a rubber end cap that protects the end of the pole and keeps the weights held inside. We have on the other end, we have a bottom marshmallow. This one's yellow, the other ones are white. I didn't have enough white tape to do them all. And we have our silk, that's the actual fabric part of the flag. We do use this part, we just call this being in the silk, to spin very occasionally. There's a few tricks that you can do from here, but usually we don't spin in this part. And there's a few tricks that we can do with the hanging fabric part of the silk as well. The next part I want to talk about is the tab. This is where we do most of our spinning at. This is the center of the whole pole, from this end all the way to this end. This is where the flag attaches to the pole, and it's where we're going to do most of our spinning because it's the center of balance on the pole. There are a few other pieces of tape to talk about real quick, and these we just call cheater tapes. We have our top cheater, which is the one that's closest to the flag, to the silk, and we have our bottom cheater, which is the one that's closest to the bottom marshmallow. These are strictly for hand placement. Hand placement is really important. If I tell you I want your hand at the tab, it's going to make a huge difference than if your hand is on the bottom cheater tape. So pay attention to where I tell you to put your hands. Sometimes I'll tell you to put them directly on the tapes, and sometimes it'll be in between them, but I'll always be sure to be clear about where I want your hands. And these are just there as a guide to help you put your hands in those places, especially when it comes time to doing catches, and you want to be able to see them up in the sky to spot them for where to catch with your hands. I think that about covers all the parts of the flag, and it serves as a good introduction to what we're going to be doing here. If you have any questions, you can go ahead and just send me a message or leave a comment, and we'll get you sorted out and help you. Again, if you haven't told Mr. Gardner that you plan on joining Guard yet, please do so. We are getting new uniforms this year, and we need to have an early head count on how many to order, and get an idea of the size of the group so that we know we aren't ordering too many or not enough uniforms. All right, see you in the next one.